Fam, Josh's stories on his thing birthday making me laugh. The things he's buying for his birthday, fam.
Mad
You're the best fucking. I'm like, only Josh. Man's got the wicked Power Ranger thing. And he's going,
man found a sword on the way here, blood. The man just had the sword on the street, blood. This guy.
Oh, bro, you didn't see it, man.
Wait, tell me after.
Meanwhile, let's
What's going on, people? Welcome to this week's edition of the Flex and Rant Show. We saying rants, man. Oh, wow. So much to talk about, from the transfer window and what happened in it to Martial to the season ahead. It's a winter break at the moment. First time that they've done that in the Premier League, which is good for us because we need a break. But talk about where we are, having summed up the first bit of the season. Now we're going into like almost the home straight, as they call it. But I want to start with Martial. Because he's receiving a lot of criticism right now. Some of it's just, he's not playing very well. He's not probably doing some of the basics right for his own game. But there's the other side of it, that the service he's getting is non-existent. The system doesn't support him. And the jury's out from a lot of fans. Some fans sort of saying, actually, when they break it down, has he improved that much since he first come under Van Gaal? Some people saying, actually, he's just not good enough. First, we thought he was a left winger, then we all want him to be a 9, then there's no Rashford, then there's no system, then he's not playing well, then he's not doing a bit. There's so much to talk about with Anthony Martial. Like you said, at times you've been the president of Martial FC, the chairman, the CEO,
Forever,
the Edward Wood of Martial FC.
Forever.
So I know, obviously, your take's going to be from that side of you, but what's your take, given it as balanced as you can, on the Martial situation? What's going on with him right now?
Bro, like, I'm not here for the slander. Like, I'm not here
Is that what it is, slander?
Yeah, but that's what it is, innit? It's nonsense. It has to be, bro. And you know what's mad, yeah? Marcus Rashford's form, yeah, upturning form coincided with Martial coming back. Martial's downturning form has coincided with Rashford leaving. It's very obvious that because we don't have any system, these two men they release each other, innit, in the game. Martial is playing in a false 9. Make no mistake about it. These men want Martial to press, win the ball, hold the ball up, get into the box, score goals, create goals, do everything in a non-existent system. How is that possible? Even against Watford, yeah, when Pogba came on against Watford and Martial was drifting out to the left, he looked amazing, bruv. Martial looks like he's got more freedom on the left now because the system is not tailor-made, yeah, for a false 9 to play, because there's no transition between the midfield and the attack, bro. Like, Martial, before he got moved to the left-hand side against Wolves, he had 5 touches in the second half in 25 minutes. That's not his fault. If you can't get the ball to him...
And that's with him coming off the front.
And that's with him coming off the front, bro. Bruno Fernandes was playing in the 10, and because he couldn't get any of the ball, he dropped deeper. And if you can't get the ball to your 10, because you got donkeys like Andreas in there, how can you get the ball to the 9, bro, if you can't even get it to the 10? Bruno had to drop back and say, you know what? Like, I need to sacrifice myself for the team because this team is useless. There's no attacking structure. There's no fluidity. There's no shape. There's no nothing. And if Bruno has realised that, and also all the men that were getting onto Pogba for all of those years, bruv, now you realise just how good he is, because Bruno dropped deep, yeah, in that game and sacrificed and almost nullified himself and literally was reduced to a few long shots from outside the box. And Pogba was getting goals and assists from that same deep pivot role. So that shows you how much Pogba has actually sacrificed himself, because Bruno's come in as this 30-odd goal a season midfielder, yeah, to being reduced to pot shots from outside the box. Only in one game. What, did Bruno all of a sudden just become impotent overnight, bro? The systems are shambles. And it's the same with Martial. Any man is going to drown in the 9 there. Whether we had Haaland there wouldn't have made a difference. How many chances did we create inside the box in the game? 1. So
that was my next question for you, because you know what I'm like. I'm always gonna, you know what I mean, try and pick your brains. Is he with all the flaws in the system of play? Granted, with all the flaws with the personnel, some players like Andreas, Lingard, not playing well, who's going to get the ball to him quickly, etc. I get it. Is he doing enough with those things on a personal level? So you know, when as a professional footballer, no matter what position you play in, you take care of yourself. So if it's not going for you, are you making those darting runs? Are you hungry enough to be in the box? Are you being sharp enough to be on the end thing?
Blood? Nothing's coming in. Do you know what I'm saying? These man, yeah, care more about what it looks like than what it is, innit? They just like these passion merchants. That's why these man love Daniel James. Runs around tirelessly and does jack. Bro, he had less touches in the game than Martial.
So even if so what you're saying is even if Martial did stay within the width of the 18 and just stayed in the box,
then they would say that he ain't doing nothing. Like, what's man meant to do? Do you see what I'm saying? What, just run around for the sake of it just because he's not getting service, bro? That don't make sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't look like he's running around and pulling people down and all of that, because it doesn't look like he's trying in their eyes, they see it as man's not doing anything or he's lazy. He's an intelligent footballer. He makes intelligent runs. Loads of the time he makes runs, he don't get the ball. He does close down, but he's not the kind of player that's going to run for the sake of running like what Rashford does.
Has he had long enough to prove that he can be a top draw player?
Bro,
at Man United?
put it this way,
all we ever seem to say about Martial is always, we know there's a player in there, we know there's a player in there, we see it,
there's a reason why, yeah, his conversion rate is in the top 10 or maybe even the top 5 in the Premier League. When he gets chances, more often than not, he scores. These men don't create enough chances for Martial.
So that's it. They're black and white.
Bro,
there is not. It's this very simple maths. Not enough chances have been provided for him, so he can't score.
Missed the most goal-scoring opportunities in the Premier League last season, and probably this season, and he still finished top scorer because Liverpool create. Bro, he misses tap-ins every game. Ask any Liverpool fan when you see Salah miss a chance, man, say, "Oh yeah,
he's not the most clinical." Yeah, I hear you.
He's not, but it's all about creating chances for him.
And the ratio of chances created to the chances that he's going to miss,
but there you
is
go,
still high because he can miss a lot, but he's still going to score a lot because
there you go. It's all about numbers. Same with Lukaku. As much as he's not my favourite kind of player, if you create enough chances for the kid, he scores goals, innit? And the funny thing is, Solskjaer was saying, oh yeah, we need a striker that's going to break his nose to get in the box. That's what you just sold. And when he was at the club, you weren't playing him. He was on the bench. That's why he wanted to leave. So you got rid of a guy that's going to score ugly goals, and now you're claiming that that's the kind of player you want, but you had him, but you weren't creating enough chances for him, and it exposed all of his limitations. So if you just want a goal poacher, yeah, you had one, you got rid of it. If you want someone that can link the play and hold it, you have one, but the system don't suit it, bruv. So
you're saying the common denominator there is
the man you don't know what he wants, bruv. Do you know what I mean? You don't want a striker. You want a striker that's going to score ugly goals, yeah, but you just got rid of one of the best ones in the world.
Ugly goals,
yeah, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying,
just
bro?
being in the box, width for the 18.
The guy don't know what he wants. The common denominator is the system lack of it. None of these men know what they're doing. Bruno was screaming at Daniel James, saying, get out my way, go down here. Daniel James kept cutting inside. What are you cutting inside for? You ain't got the link-up play. You ain't got the football IQ to do that. Hog the touchline, do what you're good at, bruv. Bruno was literally telling man where to go through the whole game. How are you coaching this youth in the game? Is that not what the manager's meant to do? Joker.
With Martial, be honest, I know you're nothing short, but is his best position through the middle? Or do we still not know? Or is he just he can be equally effective just across the front? Is he a striker?
He is a striker.
More than a winger?
Absolutely. He's not a winger at all, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He is a striker, but the difference is with Martial, just like a Firmino or anyone that plays in that false nine, you need someone around them. Because they're mobile strikers, they get on the ball, they are going to hold it, but they're not going to back into a man, hold it up, put their foot on it.
Martial got eaten for breakfast against Conor Cody and Willy Bolly.
Well, there you go,
because that's not his game.
They come deep, yeah, they use their trickery and their balance to kind of open, but you need people, but you need someone for the give and go.
Bruno was trying to do that, especially early on.
There you go. Bruno, Martial and Mata were doing little triangles. Pereira not good enough to join in. James not good enough to join in, bro. You put him in a system, yeah, with players around him that are decent, you'll see the best out of him. But right now, Andreas Pereira...
We'll talk about him in a sec. To finish off on Martial, in the absence of Rashford now, we're looking at the wings being an issue.
You have to play him on the left.
Dan James is not pulling up trees. On the left-hand side, we've got no Rashford now. And Martial persisted to playing up front. Now we do have Igalo.
Bruv, you bring Igalo in down the middle.
Does he play on the left now for you, Martial?
Yeah, because bruv, all he likes the donkey work, so put Igalo in. He'll run his socks off in there. Now he won't get much of the ball, but it won't matter. Do you know what I mean? You put Martial, I guarantee you, yeah, you move Martial out to the left, watch him start scoring goals. Because that's all it is. It's just lack of space and lack of people around him. Martial's got enough about him that he can cut in, drop a shoulder, beat a man, and maybe open it up and whip it in. And then you got to play Mason on the right-hand side. The geezer still can't get a start for love nor money. But you have to move Martial out to the left now because he's being made a scapegoat, innit? It's always Martial, it's always Fred, it's always Pogba. It's not Fred at the moment because Fred's I wouldn't even say his form. Fred's just arrived
Yeah, I
now.
think Fred's showing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Fred's showing his quality now. Do you know what I mean? So now people, all of a sudden, they're on the bandwagon. You know what I mean? And these men will be singing Tony Marshall scores again very soon. I guarantee you. Within probably the next 10 days, bruv, he bags something and them man are singing again. It's fickle, innit?
Let us know what you think about the Martial debate. I agree with a lot of what you say in terms of the system. I think I'm looking at us now, and I'm like, where is the next goal actually going to come from? Like, it looks like we're entering into a period of lack of confidence in front of goal, as well as, like you're saying, the lack of chances being created. And you take Rashford out of that, who I think it's true what people say, that Rashford kind of needs Martial to fire and vice versa.
Because they create space
And I don't
for
think
each other.
either of them kind of do it by themselves without the other, which the stats would suggest.
But they could if they were in a functioning system. Do you understand?
I don't remember the last time I'm seeing Martial be put through on goal, one-on-one. He's got a great shot. Like, it's almost like Said always says it, like the freestyle situation, which is like even when the Joe said, we kept saying that we're just waiting for individual moments of brilliance.
But
like,
that's Jose's
there's no
coaching
pattern.
style too.
Exactly. So, but even with Ollie now, we're seeing the same thing in terms of there's no systematic style of play that can basically sustain attacks on a team. Have a team pulling from pillar to post. Have a guy kind of dropping off the front with a guy running in behind. We're not seeing James make imaginative runs. I want to see him make a run from, say, out to in, across a centre half and arc his run. Not just down the wing, down the wing, down the wing. Come back, show, spin. Like, I just want to see a systematic pattern of play. And I think because we're not seeing that across all of our attack, none of our attackers are kind of getting in at goal. It's almost like pop shots, or Mata has to half turn and shoot from outside the box. Fred has to try something from outside the box. Pereira thinking he can do the glory all the time.
There's nothing
just
consistent about United other than inconsistency. The
Yeah.
only two similarities between Mourinho and Ollie is they're both managers and they're not coaches, innit? These players are not improving under these men. The style of play is not improving. There's nothing consistent about it. Ollie's got man chipping stuff in bins, blood. Man like Gus FC and that, bro. You know what I mean?
That was funny when I saw that.
Chipping things in bins, bro.
Got to practice your close control, innit? Like,
For what? Chipping things in bins, blood. I've never seen bins on a football pitch. Like, what is the point of that?
only on Soccer when they put the top bins there. And the thing,
Bro, it's a joke, innit? Like, this is what he's got these grown men doing, you know?
Gotta have fun, Rance. You can't just be serious all
Bruv,
the time.
winning
In
is
training,
fun,
you gotta-
bruv. Winning is fun.
Yeah, so if you get the first to 5 and put the ball in the bin the most times.
Man's an idiot. Like, I'm not even trying to see none of that. Yeah, these men are not being coached. If man say that Martial hasn't improved here since LVG, you're right, because that's the last time he had a coach. Same with Marcus Rashford, bro. The only thing that's improved with Rashford is this, like his mental strength is definitely
Which is
coming
like a
up.
personal
Yeah,
thing.
it's a personal thing. You can tell that he just really, really wants to do well. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know, you get that that kind of joke that goes around social media from all the rival fans. Big up Steve-O the Madman, actually. He added me the other day. I think it was on Instagram, sort of saying, when I put up that Bruno was coming, he's like, yeah, hope you don't make another player bad, good player bad. And there's that conception that's going
And
around.
we already
actually,
saw in
you know
that
what I mean?
game, yeah, that Bruno didn't look like the Bruno that we expected him to look. And I didn't say it was going to happen.
Let's move on to Bruno. Let us know what you think about Martial, where he should be playing in the absence of Rashford, and where you see him as a player. Is he doing enough? Is he trying hard enough for you? Or, like Rance says, is it the system? Is it the fact that we don't have a proper style of play that's going to aid the likes of Martial? Bruno Fernandes, and we're going to talk about the transfer window now as well. Let's talk about Bruno, his debut, what you made of it. Firstly, I saw a player who wanted to do what he normally does. He wanted to make things happen. What I liked about is the first sort of 15, 20 minutes of his debut was a simplicity.
Yeah.
Simplicity. Let me get it. Actually, who can I pass to who's ahead of me?
Yeah.
And let me punch it to them quickly. And we go. Punching it into Mata, half turn. Punching it into Martial with intent. Then going on the run. I liked it. Then, like you're saying, he's gone from a 10 to an 8, 10 to a 6, sorry, or whatever. Yeah. And dropping deeper, trying to make things happen. He was very frustrated, not in a rude way, but with the lack of movement. You can see. He was right in front of me. I put a video up and Hope Like United Arena. They took that. Credit me next time.
Yeah.
But I still love the messages there. And that was Bruno basically, mate, I'll find you, yeah? Run.
Yeah. Bro,
Make runs.
He's a captain. He's a leader.
And
That's
you could
what
see
we
that,
need.
innit? You could see that.
That's what we need, bro. When we signed him, we see how Gastallo was, bruv. Had him in the whip and he was like, he's here, bruv. Listen, this guy's respected, innit? Outside of Bernardo Silva, Do you know what I mean? And CR7's on the way out, bro. Like, he's big, innit? He's
Portugal,
big,
yeah.
bro. Listen, this guy was just literally saying to man, and I know that his English is decent.
Yeah, no,
do you know
he
what
can
I'm saying?
speak. Yeah, he can speak.
And he was just like, bruv, get on your bike.
Yeah, I'll find
Do you know what I mean?
And he kept saying it to quite a few players as well.
James kept dropping short. He's like, go away, blood. Like, what are you going to do? Because James ain't a man that will play it, then spin off and that. Do you know what I mean? He'll play it inside and then kind of...
He
Bruno was fed up,
he
bruv.
wasn't reluctant to shoot. You know, what's that? 4 shots on
4
target.
shots
I
on
think.
target.
Anything that kind of happened mostly came
through
through him. I do think he got a little bit frustrated, kind of giving the ball away a little bit from maybe trying to make something happen at that. But I do think there was an element of him that probably thought, yeah, I've got a hard job here.
Within
I can't
10
just
minutes
come in and
you could see he was like, bruv.
Yeah, this is going to be
Because he's used to
difficult.
being in a very well-drilled system, like we said before he came. He's used to playing in a system where everyone knows their job. He just has one job. And now he's coming in, and now he's had to do 3 people's jobs, like what Pogba's been doing for all this time. Do you understand? So imagine how frustrating it is for Pogba.
And like you said, as fans, this isn't a whole flip-flop thing of, oh, you wanted Bruno and now you got him, you're still moaning. We all knew by getting Bruno, it's not just, he's not going to be able to just come in.
We did say he's not going to
and
hit
make
the ground running because he's coming in to a system that's not fluid. I said the same thing about Fred as well. I saw there was a player in there, but he's coming into a system that's non-existent, bro. So man could
But it's the
drown
right
in
thing
there.
to get these players because we need
because
quality.
once you get the right coach,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden this clicks. Don't get me wrong, Bruno, Pogba and Fred is a madness. Do you know what I'm saying? Even without coaching, these man will
They can
find
just
a way,
find a
innit?
way, yeah.
Because them man will just link anyway. But the facts are there, the proof is in the pudding. Man saw, we know what Bruno's capable of. He wasn't able to do that for us, and he won't be able to do that.
Where's his, because some of the talking points were the fact that, look, Bruno can play in 10. We know that. He can play there for Sporting. Could also play box to box. He can play in a 6.
He can, but he won't need to because
Is his best position going to be? Is
going to
Pogba
be there.
So when we were saying, obviously, we want Pogba to be further forward, etc., etc. But now with the acquisition of Bruno, is it more for you that Pogba, Fred,
Pogba's going to be the shuttle in between Fred,
Holding,
McTominay, and Bruno? Has to be. Do you know what I mean? And I prefer Bruno further forward now for the simple fact that Bruno shoots, innit? Do you know what I mean? Pogba don't shoot enough for the quality that he has, but Pogba can go past.
and obviously if you're adding in McTominay to the situation, if he comes back before Pogba, then Pogba, Fred, McTominay, Fred, and Bruno go and do your thing.
Absolutely.
Sort of thing.
So it can work, innit? The balance is there. Pogba carries the ball a lot better. He's the best in the world at carrying the ball in midfield. He could take out 3 men with a dribble and carry the ball 15, 20 yards forward. But Bruno just gives it that, like, he just wants to shoot, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that's why he will score goals for us. So I saw enough to know that the quality is there, but it's going to take time without a proper shape and proper coaching. And that was my main fear in the first place. So I didn't see anything that I didn't expect to see in that game. Nothing at all.
The transfer window was mad. The last hours, we went from Slimani to Cavani to Josh King from nowhere, and that looked like could potentially happen. Even Eddie Howe's comments at the time was like,
so glad we
I know
didn't
what
get
the club means to Josh, it's out of my hands. I'm going, this could happen. Like,
Bro,
what's
this
going on?
youth's got less goals than Mason, blood, and we're trying to sign him. Talk about good signing, 30 million for some 28, 29-year-old. Nah,
Not even
bro,
Callum
Ollie's
Wilson.
lost his head.
I'd rather have Ryan Fraser than him.
I said I would have been more gassed for Callum Wilson, innit? Like, bro, you're taking a mick. And all of these men have in common is, bruv, them man support Man United, bro.
Then,
Do you know what I mean? He's looking
talking
for
to
the
another guy who
Passionistas,
supports
bro.
Man United, Igalo. Listen, let's not. We're not going to do the taking the piss thing about Igalo. You know what for the. Let's leave that aside.
AFCON top scorer.
Exactly.
Like all
We'll
of
look at the
that,
positives.
he's got pedigree, but honestly, yeah,
It's
I
a
reckon
shot in
Ed
the dark,
Woodward
man.
saw the Corona thing and thought, yo, we could get him at a discount, fam. You know that man had the Corona clearance
Because
sale,
that's,
blood,
I
in
think
China.
that's the most important thing to recognise about this. Isn't the fact that Igalo, the jury's going to be out. He's been in China for 2-3 years now. All right, cool. That's one thing. But how about we talk about the incompetence and the disgrace of a football club, of the way it's been run, the fact that we knew Lukaku's gone in an interview only last month and telling Big Sky, yeah, man, I told Ollie I wanted to cut from March, rude boy.
And I knew that
and
as
they
well.
knew. So we're coming up to just under a year, right, of planning to be able to know that you needed to replace Lukaku. And you wait until the last hour of the transfer window to get a guy from China.
But this is what I'm telling you, Ollie is a pagan. He came out saying, yeah, the reason why we didn't get Holland, yeah, was because of agents' fees and X, Y, Z. And I said, listen, if Holland is this he's the real deal, like man
Gone
are saying,
Dortmund, it looks
yeah?
like he is.
If he's the real deal, like man are saying he is, and Ollie's coached him, yeah? In March, when man found out that Lukaku was going, why didn't you slap that 20 mil down then? Do you know what I mean? You're waiting, yeah? Going and telling players that he's coming
It's
in.
not an
this, that, and the
astronomical
other.
fee for Haaland, was it?
20, bro.
It's not like big 78 and you're like, oh, he's young, you don't know.
He's
Just 'cause
now
had a few good
worth
seasons.
100 million euros already,
yeah.
just because he's bagged like 7 goals or something.
Straight away,
He's worth
yeah.
100 million now.
Yeah.
So we're not ever going to get this youth now. So it's one of them ones where you had the chance to get him, you didn't get him because of agents' fees, which is a load of nonsense because we got way more money than Dortmund. So it ain't got nothing to do with that.
Well,
Man
we've given
snubbed
Igalo
you because
100k a week
because you
and paid a 4 million loan fee.
Bruv, because you're a dead manager. Man didn't want to play for you. That's what it was. He said to Ollie, yeah, I'll come to United. Then he went to Dortmund and he sat him down with the spreadsheet and said, this is what we're going to do. This is this is
And
that.
then his agent went, nah.
And he said, all right, we'll go in there because he's happy to sit on the bench at Dortmund, come on and shell down the team, fam.
Madness.
Well, you reckon he wouldn't have come to United if that man had like a reputable manager?
Was it important that we did get someone though? Because I was tweeting at
For
deadline
me-
day, I was like, do you know what, boy, if we're not really going to get the man of good quality, just don't get no
Flex,
one.
I said,
But people
yeah,
are saying, Flex, we just need a body.
I said, and I've always been saying, the right wing position is way more crucial than the striker position because it don't matter who plays down the middle. We ain't creating Jack anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? But watching Daniel James and Pereira die on that right wing is more detrimental to the style of play of the team than not having a striker. Because I tell you what, man, I've got Mason, yeah. Man, I've got Martial, and worst case scenario, yeah, man, Daniel James likes running for the sake of it. He could play him down there. Do you know what I'm saying? But the facts are, yeah, because we don't have a proper right winger, it's killing Wan-Bissaka because he's doing the role of two people because James is cutting in and offering nothing, and Wan-Bissaka is expected, yeah, as a fullback to beat the winger and the fullback and get a crossing. When have you ever seen right backs isolated? You never see Trent going down the outside and going past man because you've got overlaps, man moving around him, lay it back to him, whips it in. Wan-Bissaka has to go past two men to try and get to the byline because there's no one to link with on the right hand side. When Mata plays in there, Mata spent more time on the left than in the middle.
Which he's never going to be on the right side.
He's never stayed there.
Yeah, he can't.
So the fact that we've got no width on the left hand side and we're left side dominant anyway because we've got a Rashford on the left or a Martial on the left or a Pogba that drifts to the left, the right hand side, we're always overloaded on that side. And luckily, because Wan-Bissaka is good enough defensively, we get away with it. But then it kills us going forward. So a right winger is way more crucial than a man down the middle because our strikers are getting 5 touches in a half. So it doesn't matter who's there, does it really?
And this is the common theme. Like we keep going back to it, like the style of play. I want to talk about this kind of actually before we move on,
this fraud
give me
promised us attacking football, you know.
Rance, give me out of 10 rate the transfer window, the January transfer window. When we potentially thought, not you personally, but a lot of people thought Bruno wouldn't happen because
It's an 8 blood because we got Bruno. We've got
It's an 8. It's that high.
Yeah,
considering we should have got him long time ago.
Yeah,
and then
we should have, but man's just going on. What's
got
happened
someone
now?
we really needed.
We got someone not only that we needed, but we got someone of great quality, bro.
Okay.
At a decent price.
And
he's on
Igalo
70 bags a week, and man got it for like 46 M's up front. That's decent. Do you know what I mean? The Igalo thing, it is what it is, yeah. Like he scores goals in it.
What's your
Like,
gut feeling? Be honest. Do you think
the Igalo, I think the
could
Igalo
actually
will
do alright,
surprise people.
considering how crazy
I
it's
think
been?
he'll surprise people because the season he had at Watford was decent, and bruv, he's playing in a better team. Well, I don't know about that now. Do you know what I mean? But in theory, he's playing in a better team. He's bagged in AFCON, so he's shown his pedigree in it. It's not a great name, but he's at a decent age. He's got a decent profile.
And for 4 months, 3 months.
For 4 months, 3 months, bro.
Just chuck
Remember
him in,
what
what's the worst that
Henrik
can happen?
Larsson done for us when he came in. He's not on Larsson's level. He was a world-class player, even though Larsson was
coming
past
to
his
them,
best at the time. If Igalo can come in, between now and the end of the season and get like 10 goals or something, I'll be happy.
Yeah, oh, definitely if he can get 10 goals, Jesus. Let us know what you guys think about the first bit of the show. Odin Igalo, what do you think he's going to bring to the team? How much of a success story do you think that will be? Or do you think it's a disaster? And Bruno Fernandes, what did you make of his debut? What did you make of him going forward? Where's his best position going to be? Especially once we are injury free. All right, winter break. Let's discuss where we are, our current form. We're now 7th. We were 5th for a little bit. It is so tight in there that one win propels
It's like
you
14
up.
points between 15th and like
So tight.
like the bottom.
So tight. But let's deal with. Let's talk about our form. we've got 1 win in the last 5 Premier League games. So we're being told that actually we're in a good position because we're only a few points off Chelsea, which mathematically is true. But our form's actually crap since.
But that's what
since
I said.
the new year. We're not doing
Chelsea
great.
keep
We've only
dying.
beat Norwich and they're rock bottom of the league.
Chelsea keep dying, and every time Chelsea drop points, we drop points, bro. I'm telling you, that's what I keep telling man, bruv. I'm not changing my energy. Ollie's a pagan, fam. Like Jay Huss said, bruv. If they walk like a op, blood, talk like a op, smells like a op.
Must be.
Ollie's a op, fam. I'm telling you, bro. Don't walk out on us. This, that, and the other. See how man lost the energy. Bruno came in all of a sudden. Yeah, there's no protest, fam. Knew it weren't gonna happen. Man went and mashed up Ed's yard and that, bruv. Like after Bruno signed, I'm surprised the man didn't go back with a dustpan and brush, fam. Do you know what I'm saying, bruv? Nah, man. I'm telling you, Ollie is an op, fam. Like there's no two ways about it. This guy, yeah, is facilitating Glazonomics, fam. That's what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? We're replacing a 70-odd million pound striker with Mason Green with a youth product, and then Ogalo and them, man. All he's done since he's come in, he's saved them man money. That's all he's ever done. He ain't improved us.
So from a business point of view, it's worked.
Paul Pogba's form is the
nothing.
only reason why Ollie got the job in the first place, bro. Like, let's not dress it up, innit? Because it wasn't tactical. Pogba was shelling, bro. That's the best form he's probably had at the club in a spell.
little 3-month
yeah,
period,
goals and assists and that. That's how man got the job, innit? It went down to no tactical nothing. It was down to just pure, like, relief from, do you know what I mean? Mourinho Mugabe blood had gone, you get me? And then man were just out here shelling, fam.
No political views.
This is what
Right,
happened,
next
fam.
5 games then, yeah? Premier League, right? This is where I thought, all right, we're 7th, but you know we can still get back in there. And then I saw this: Chelsea away, Watford home, Everton away, Man City home, Tottenham away. If you want to go a bit past that, Sheffield United at home.
Bro, the only game, yeah, that man might get something from is the Watford game. Swear down, bro. Because Chelsea, yeah, as much as we should beat Chelsea,
We're just not scoring
we're
right now.
going to get clarted. I don't know where the goals are going to come from. I'm going to keep it all the way 100. You know what I'm saying? Unless
And 2 legs against
Pogba
Bruges
comes
and that.
back, yeah, out of nowhere, yeah, on some juju thing, yeah, we're done.
Because we could essentially be like 7th, 8th by
Yes.
them time, but more 7th comfortably. Now we're 7th with like, all right, 1 more win, we win the next game. You know what I mean? And realistically, we're 6 points off Chelsea for top 4, right? If we beat them, fantastic. Like this
If Man lose,
Chelsea
that's a
game, if
6-pointer.
we lose, it's done.
That's a 6-pointer.
Innit?
That's a 6-pointer.
Because 9
bro.
points at this stage of the season, with them games coming up that we've got,
And
still got to go away to Tottenham.
with
still got to play
Tottenham
City at home.
winning,
Exactly.
with Tottenham winning as well,
Not a lot of
against
people
Man
saw that
City,
coming,
nobody saw
which it probably
coming.
shouldn't have with
They
what
shouldn't
happened in the
have,
game.
man. Do you know
But
what
they
I mean?
managed to do it.
Bro, literally, that's a 6-pointer, the Chelsea game.
Have to win, innit?
Have to win.
Even
bro.
a draw. A draw's
not
like,
good enough.
all right, oh, cool, it's as you were, but it's just, we have to start making some ground. Like Ollie's talking about, this is the last part of the season and all that, and we all know it is. This is the 13 games left.
Exactly.
It's gone quick, man.
And he's got man chipping balls in bins, fam. Yo, done this guy. We're done, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep it all the way up. We're done. Like, I don't see any way that United come out of this run with any credibility whatsoever. There's nothing that I can take from the previous games with the man that we have, with Andreas in the pivot and them thing there, or Bruno in the pivot because we got no one else. What are we doing? What are we really doing? How did you bring in like one of the most like in form attacking midfielders in Europe to turn man into a regista, fam, to turn man into a water carrier already? So what, he's going to be playing in there with Jorginho, like doing that, bruv? He ain't Jorginho, fam. That's not his position. A man's had to come in and sacrifice himself already. You've brought man into a burning building.
But has that been a problem as well, though? Like, away from Solskjaer, let's talk about some of the individual players. And it's not about just blaming individual players, because we want to talk about everything like that's going on at the club, from the owners to Solskjaer to the players. But now we're on the topic of the players. Andreas Pereira received a lot of criticism.
Good.
Ironic cheers when he was taken off.
Yeah.
But it's like, I've kind of said this, Rance, like, when Jesse Lingard plays, we can't get him off quick enough. And then Pereira had to come on in the derby.
But Jesse's better than Pereira.
But then, is he? though?
Yeah. Especially in that 10.
Is that the best of the two
Especially
evils
in that 10,
at the moment?
Yeah, because what, they're both going to work hard, but at least with Jesse, I know a little one-touch thing and that, cool. Like, Jesse's got a better football brain than him. He's maybe not as technically talented, but you know what? Jesse can pop a little 1-2 here.
I think that's the issue. The fact that we're having to pick between those two.
No, but it's fine,
shows.
No.
Well, because what's the quality? Because who else? Should he just play Matter in there now? Because we know he's just better than both of them.
But he should have anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? But my thing is, yeah, like, this guy comes in and talks about playing youth and all that rubbish. Mason can't get a game, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Then he started in the derby, it was difficult to
Williams only started because Luke Shaw was done out here, Dallo was injured, or else he wouldn't have got a game either. This whole playing youth thing's a myth. You know, he played youth, Van Gaal blood. Man saw Tyler Blackett, man saw McNair, man saw Varela, man saw Borthwick Jackson. When there was a problem, we didn't go in little January panic thing, bro, and go sign an Igalo.
Yeah, he did play.
He was going to play Will Keane. He brought Rashford through. You're talking about Jimmy and all of this, yeah? Talking like he's the next Michael Carrick. Give Garner some games, blood. Why don't you give him some games? Or Levitt some games, bro. Like, give these men some games.
If you really are trusting
If you're really trusting
but they're not
these
up to the level. Maybe he's talked them up too high and then gone, actually,
they cannot
they're not
be
actually
worse.
ready for this level.
Bruv, you're better off playing Garner in his position.
Gomez can't get a kick.
Bruv,
are you trying to tell me that what Andreas and Lingard are doing, at a minimum, Gomez won't do the same thing, if not more?
This is a youth that's playing at the top level internationally. Do you know what I mean? And wearing the armband and that. And what? Gomez can't even get in the match day squad.
It's madness.
Ollie's a pagan, fam. I'm not hearing anything else, yeah. Jimmy, yeah. You're saying how good he is and all of that. Play him in his position instead of playing Pereira outside of his position. Why are you putting square pegs in round holes when man's not doing well? He doesn't deserve to even be in the match day squad with some of the performances he's put up. But you would rather play him there than play a man in his position. Because all these young players, don't get it twisted, if they're coming into a system, they'll be fine. Because when you're seeing Elliott and them man coming for Liverpool, these men are bins in, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They clarted up Everton. A first team Everton, because they're coming into a system and everyone knows how to play it, so it don't matter who's playing. With United, it's freestyle football. It's very much down to what man's on the pitch. And Pereira, James, Lingard, right now, none of them three men deserve to start. So you start Mason.
But then, none of them deserve to start. But then, with how threadbare we are, let me break this down. Yeah, so Dan James doesn't deserve to start right now.
Washed.
Right? And he's been played in every game, burnt out. Right. Lingard doesn't deserve to start.
Yeah.
And Andreas doesn't deserve to start.
Yeah.
Rashford's injured.
Yeah.
So then there's so many voids that one of the players who don't deserve to start has to play.
No, they don't. Play someone else, but I don't care. Man could even play Dallo on the right hand side instead of Dan James. Blood.
So do something different.
Do something different.
You see the game. Actually, you're right. Actually, they don't have to play. They don't.
He moved Pereira to left wing in the second half.
Just make a like for like change. Just take off Daniel James and put Dallo. That's all he had to do,
bro. That's all he had to do. I said Greenwood, yeah, and Dallo needed to come on, yeah, for Pereira and Daniel James. He made the Greenwood substitution in the 82nd minute, bro. 80 seconds. So what? It took you 82 minutes to realise that Daniel James had only touched the ball 4 times. You're an idiot. And him and Carrick and them man sitting on the bench talking about dinner plans, fam. And them man didn't even have a warm-up, you know? Because he wasn't going to bring them on. This guy is clueless. You can't tell me that Gomez can't play in this team. You can't tell me that Dallo can't come on and play on the right wing yet if it's not working, bro. Give Wan-Bissaka some help.
When Dallo started having a couple of good games last season, I remember him coming off the bench at Palace. Remember when we were there?
Changed the game, turned it on his head.
Yeah, and against...
And he's a man that crosses the ball, you know?
I think it was Young Boys last year, was his first game, I think. And just the best way we've seen some PSG away. Like, when I've seen him do well, it's been from that right wing position.
Last game he bagged as well, playing higher up. This guy don't know what he's doing. Don't tell me we don't have the bodies in it. As I've said before, man, I've seen Varela, man, I've seen Blackett, man, I've seen McNair, man, I've seen Borthwick Jackson, I've seen Will Keane, I've seen Marcus Rashford. All these man get games, bro. Fosu Mensah, all these man still get games, you know? So don't tell me we don't have a squad. We do have a squad. It's just that Ollie can't play them because he ain't a tactician. He's not a coach. So because of that, he feels like he's throwing them in the deep end because there's no instruction for these players.
And that's the thing, like when we were talking about the pressure on the young players, there's always pressure, but
there's no pressure.
He's taught them up so much. You're ready throwing them in the deep end.
But there's no pressure on these men, you know.
No one's gonna go, oh, they're crap. Like just give them a chance.
Let me tell you why there's no pressure.
Especially because the senior ones are doing so poorly.
We know how crap Pereira is, yeah. And James and Lingard and these man, we know to the point where if them man said, cool, I'm going to give Gomez 4 games.
You can't argue.
I'm going to be like, boom, I wouldn't be screaming saying bring these man back in. They would have 100% of our support. But what you're doing now is you're just showing me how inept you are as a manager because you're not changing anything. And if you're not changing anything, it tells me you're deluded or you're just useless. And it's probably both. Do you know what I mean? So I ain't got nothing good to say about man, bro. Like, this is the worst that since World War I and that man is saying. Like, he's making David Moyes look like the Messiah right now. How can you have lost and drawn as many games as you've won as a Manchester United manager? How is your win percentage that bad, bro? A man wanna still defend him, bruv. A man's upholding Glazonomics, cuz.
It's looking. I can't lie. It's looking bleak for those next 5 games. I think I agree. The only one you could look at and say we might get something if we turn up, it could be Watford. But saying that, they're going strong.
Watford are gonna
anyone can come and no one's scared of us, and they shouldn't be scared of us. You see how it is to play against us. So to be fair, I'll take that back. I don't look at any of those games and see a guaranteed 3 points. It just isn't there. It just isn't there.
Well, one thing that's guaranteed is they're gonna frustrate, man. They'll probably pick up points in the games they're not meant to, drop them in the ones that they're supposed to pick them up in. Typical United, bro.
Starting with that Chelsea game, because that game there is absolutely crucial. The games that have gone before, so the Wolves game, let's quickly talk about that. And what was the game before that?
That
Man
Wolves
City.
game was a snooze fest, bro.
Awful, isn't it?
Horrible.
Yeah.
And
Kind of from both teams as well.
Man United, Wolves, yeah, but
How
Flex,
Wolves are gonna set us up for us to
I
get
told
them.
you, bruv, these man are Jose Mourinho Porto blood. Structured, will keep the ball and they're waiting on you at all times. It's like watching 2 counter punches in boxing and they're both fainting, like who's going to throw the first punch. It's never going to be Wolves. It's never going to be Wolves. And you know what you do in that? You have to impose your own authority and your own style of play on the game. And United don't have one. United want people to come onto them so they can kick it long to Daniel James so he can run onto it, bro. Like, we can't control the game. How a man having 61% possession and Wolves having more goal scoring opportunities?
And Solskjaer was pleased with the fact that we dominated the game.
You're always going to do that against
yeah.
a team like Wolves, so that tells me you ain't done your research.
And the thing, we played them so many times in such a short space of time.
And they've clapped us
You know
most of the
exactly
times.
how to play against them. You know what to do, or how you need to approach the game. And we just can't seem to do it. But take Wolves out of the equation. That performance we saw against Wolves is something we see all the time. It's not just against Wolves. It's not just against Man City.
But
or
that's
just
why I
against
can't
someone
blame
else.
the players, bro. Like, I can't, innit? Like, yes, they're not good enough and all of that, but here's the thing, yeah? If you, like, for instance, the Manchester City game against Tottenham, I can blame the Manchester City players for that loss because they created so many chances and fluffed them. You can't blame the manager. But when you're not creating chances at all,
Consistently as well, not just a one-off game.
Then you have to start looking at the coaching because Sheffield United are creating chances. They don't have better ballers than us. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and you can go through so many teams in the league that don't have better players than us, but they're creating more chances than us consistently. So it can't be the players. This is my thing, innit? Like, there's only so much you can blame individuals. It's a team game.
Well, we have to, and this is it. Like, as much, I keep saying it, man. As much as Solskjaer needs time, etc., and there's so much more problems bigger than him. For the immediate, instant problems that we're seeing on the pitch, that's not Ed Woodward's fault that the team has no cohesion or the team can't make chances. That's not the Glazers' fault.
No.
We've got to look at the coaching. We've got to look at Solskjaer. You have to.
Not just Solskjaer, all of them.
That's what I'm saying. The coaching, all of them. That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what I'm saying?
All
and
of
also,
them.
McKenna and Carrick
Nobody's
were here under
improving.
Mourinho as well.
What have they taken from that into this? You know?
Everything by the looks of it, but it's just worse.
There
see
you
what
go.
I'm
And
saying?
that's a problem. We've actually got worse. Yes, Mourinho absolutely had to go. Yes, it was toxic. Throwing players under the bus. I saw someone tweet today that they tweeted a game where I think it was Martial, Rashford and Pogba was on the bench under Mourinho. I can't remember who was playing against, but they just showed them warming up. Like, it was dire times at them times.
it was
Like,
dire.
Jose had lost the plot at one stage, doing madnesses.
But let's not
we've
pretend
got
this is
worse.
not happening. Look at this flex, yeah? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, a bum of a manager, innit? Doesn't matter which way. Mick Phelan, failed manager. Michael Carrick, no experience, bro. Literally, man's kicking ball 2 years ago. Kieran McKenna,
Youth team coach.
youth team coach. Our whole setup is incompetent,
And no
bro.
experience in it.
We're supposed to be
At
the
the highest
biggest
level.
club in the world, you know, and you've hired a bunch of sidemen, effectively, to oversee this new transition. Who the hell does that? Who does that?
Even if they put Ollie with like an experienced coach and stuff or something, even if they did do that, you could go, all right, well, no, the key is there, maybe trying to get Ollie to learn. I know you can still question Ollie.
No, but even if it was just Ollie, that was the inexperienced one, and he had experience around him, it could bust, it could work.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Even if I'm starting like a clothing line or something, yeah, and I want to be like a fashion brand, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see which fashion brands I like, who are successful, and I'm going to see how they're set up, how they're structured, how they do their thing in it.
Get an experienced designer, get an experienced marketer, get an experienced this, get an
If I want my
that.
thing to be high end, I'm not going to hire a man fresh out of university that ain't got no experience, this, that, and the other, and say, yo, we're going to try to do a thing. Do you know what I mean? And that's why different brands poach people from different places. I'll get man from Adidas, I'll get man from here. Now they're at Louis Vuitton and all that, bruv, because you take man that have been there, done it, and you use the experience to grow, bruv. Look at who we've got. Where's the experience? Mick Phelan didn't do jack as a manager, bruv. Nothing. And he was a number 2. So what, bruv? You know what I'm saying? Anyone would have looked good next to Sir Alex Ferguson, to be fair. Could have had me there. I would have fetched the cones. I would have fetched the cones, fam. Absolutely.
You would
know
have
what I
found
mean?
a way to look back
I would
on
have
Sir
fetched
Alex.
the cones. I would have made sure man had fresh chewing gum every 30 minutes. Man would have just come
New
there
battery
with
in his watch every week.
everything, bro. The whole
Fergie
thing,
time,
bro.
bro.
Make sure that it's nice and clean. I'm telling you, I
Get the
would,
Sir Alex Rowley looking
bro.
sparkly.
I would have had the lens cleaner for the watch, everything, bruv. Like,
the wipes.
bruv, I would have had everything patterned, fam. I'm telling you, I would have made sure man had a fresh coat, everything. Like, trust me, bro. New lenses, the whole lot for
Wrigley's
his
on
glasses.
tap,
I would
bro.
have had everything. I would have been a model number 2, fam. Make sure the wine cellars topped up the whole lot. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what Phelan did. And then man brought man back here because it feels nice. You saw nostalgia in that.
Nostalgic, yeah.
He's coming back. Phelan's done out here, fam. Like, what is he doing? Them man are doing that bleep test, bruv. That's what they're doing. So United are a shambles, and look at the whole coaching stuff. Between them, they ain't got an ounce of what it takes. Not an ounce.
Let us know what you guys are thinking about the season so far. Now we're at this break and the forecast. We just spoke about those next 5 Premier League games coming up. Let us know what you think the point return will be. The Chelsea game, how crucial that is if we don't win it. What will happen there? Let us know about all of that. All right, let's hit up the question section, man. Some interesting questions this week, as per usual. This is from @UnitedMFA. They've got a laughing emoji at the end of this. So I think they know the answer to this. Does Rance think Maguire is a ball-playing centre half with a big laughing, smiling emoji?
He saw my match
I saw
review.
that as well. Yeah.
I think Harry
What's that?
Maguire,
Talk to me about Maguire.
I think Harry Maguire is
do you
the biggest fraud here going. You know what I'm saying? And
The biggest fraud going.
Bro, considering what he cost, yeah, and what he's supposed to be, bruv. Did you see that David Silva chance, yeah, that he should have put away and man
Yeah.
pulled it back? Bro, this Brett is trying so hard to show people he's a ball-playing centre-back that he always takes 8 touches. You watch Harry Maguire, he dribbles across our box, you know? Instead of just playing the simple pass and invites pressure on him, gives it to De Gea who can't kick, or then he gives it to someone else and they're under pressure. Bro, just do the simple things. Just do the simple things,
It's not
bro.
like he can't.
But he can, but because he's at United now, he's got to show, man, I'm the ball player. I can spray a 30-yard diag. No one cares, bro. Just
But does he have
defend.
to, but in defence of him, does he have to sometimes do that because he looks up and there's piss all else happening?
Nah,
so
there's
he has to
stuff
try and make
happening,
something. Not in the
bro.
box, that one, I
No,
agree.
but he does
I'm
it,
talking
he
about in
dribbles.
general, he does feed it out to Brandon Williams quite quickly.
But, bro,
he does try and travel forward with the ball
Now
because
they've
that's one of
changed
his
the
attributes.
rules for centre halves. They can receive the ball in the box from the goalkeeper.
It's like, oh, I can play some
He
more.
drops deep, then get it, and then he dribbles across the box to play the pass, bro.
But is
Just
that not
don't-
down to system and
No,
lack
but
of again?
don't even want it there, bruv. What do you want it there for?
But we
to
hoof
do
it up
what?
to Martial, Rams. What's he
No,
gonna
but
do?
don't hoof it. Just play it straight out to the fullback. You don't need 8 touches to play it out to the fullback, bruv. Everything he does, he over embellishes this whole ball playing centre back thing. Do you know what I mean? Lindelof has got decent feet as well, but Lindelof don't take half the touches he takes, bro. You know what I mean? Maguire takes unnecessary touches, and then on top of that, he ain't even got pace either, and his positioning ain't always that great, bro. Him and Lindelof actually expose the flaws in each of each other's games. They are a terrible fit collectively, and Harry Maguire ain't no better than Nathan Ake, bruv. He's not no better than Tyrone Mings. He's not better than any of these men, bruv. He's not 85 million player. I was gassed when we got him because we needed a centre half, and he's better than what we've got. But if we've got,
With a different partner.
yeah, but if
Can
he's,
he be good?
with a different partner, he can be better.
Because I don't think he's come on and been absolute
I
trash.
think, I don't think he
he's
has been
lived up.
trash, but I think
He's
he needs to
definitely
cut
better.
out that crap, bro. You know what I mean? Because Rio was a ball playing centre half as well, yeah. But bruv, I never saw Rio dribbling across our box like that and trying to ping 40-yarders, bro.
But and what you're saying, I see that, and it seems like something that's easily rectifiable.
And
like,
it's overlooked.
Just stop
It's
doing it.
overlooked a lot by the fan base because they'll say we've got bigger problems. But I don't have that mentality. My mentality is every problem's a problem.
That needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you. At Kiyosaka Caleb says, do you think Pogba will sign a new contract if players are signed, and not any players, quality players.
I do, and he'll still leave, but he'll sign a new contract. He'll sign a new contract because he'll get more money. Do you know what I mean?
No, but he's going to leave in the summer. He's going to sign a new contract.
I don't think it's that black and white. I think Pogba.
You don't think? Do you think he's gone in the summer?
I'd say 80% yes, but I don't think 100% for the simple fact that it's just like with Christian Eriksen. It's all good wanting to leave, but someone's got to be able to afford you. And someone's got to be willing. Same with David De Gea. He wanted to go Real Madrid. They weren't willing to pay the money. If Pogba doesn't leave, I think it'll be because... I think if Pogba doesn't leave, I think it'll be because someone cannot afford him. Because I think that Real Madrid will go for Mbappe this summer. Do you know what I mean? And they can't get Mbappe and Pogba. The PSG go for Pogba? Probably not. Do you know what I mean? Would he go there? Probably not.
Go back to Juventus?
I don't think that they've got the budget for him, bro. Like, Paul Pogba...
We're no matter how ignorant we are, we're always going to ask for 150 million.
Yeah, of course.
Minimum.
Of course, because he's the most marketable player.
Even though people say, what's he done all year, he's been injured all year, you're buying the commodity, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're buying the shirt sales, you're buying the superstar, and whether you agree with that or not, and you're buying the player that once was.
I think he needs to go for 180, blood. We signed him, for 90 million. Yeah. He's as marketable as Neymar, if not more marketable. And Neymar went for 200 million a couple of seasons ago. So Pogba's got to go for a minimum 180, I reckon. So it's one of them ones where I reckon Paul Pogba signs a new deal, probably stays for one more year and then goes. But he will stay another season on that money, innit?
Okay. Abs says, what do you guys think it would take for Oli to be sacked? Now the board have given him Bruno and Igalo, it must mean they're backing him.
No. I think that the Bruno signing...
I think he was always going to get to the
Bruno signing was for Pochettino, yeah? And I think Poch will come in the summer, and I think we just have to bear Oli right now and his outrageous press conferences and comments. Like, literally. If David Moyes said some of the stuff that man said, you lot would have been burning figures and all them things there, brother, and flying planes.
I think a lot of what he says is odd sometimes. Like what you said the other day, that was a joke with the penalty.
It was a joke, but it's more the timing of the joke.
I get what he's saying. It's a joke, but away from that, I can accept that was a joke, but just the other stuff.
But it's the timing of the joke.
Weird.
Like when Van Persie was like, "This is not a time to be smiling," and then he's trying to fire shots at Van Persie and them things there, bro. When you're losing games, and your record is as bad as it is at Manchester United, sometimes, silence is just the best thing. Just don't say anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Or even show your anger in that. But when you're trying to bust joke, like you've got all the time in the world, you don't.
Do you think that...
I think he knows he's going
We're not going to get fourth. Do you think... Can you actually see us doing that? Let's say we finish 7th, which could easily happen.
Yeah.
And we obviously don't win the Europa League, which obviously could happen. 7th and no cup, let's just say. Do you think they'll actually make a change?
Bro, I don't
think they will, right?
I think if mathematically, we can't finish in... say the top 4, and the form continues, I think they can just get rid of him and bring someone in temporarily to the end of the season. But my thoughts are...
I don't think that will happen.
My thoughts are, I don't think it will happen. I'm saying they can.
Okay.
But I would do it now because I genuinely believe these players just need a new lease of life to the end of the season. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's bloody gigs or something, as much as I don't want anything like that. But anyone.
But like, then if we've been down that road before...
No. But the thing is...
with the little new manager bounce and then...
But all we need is a bounce now. Do you know what I mean? You just need 3 or 4 games, 3 or 4 wins in a row. All of a sudden, the landscape's completely different. But Ollie's not going to be the guy to get anything
how long have we been saying? It seems like we've been saying all season, we're just not going to go on a run.
We're not.
Like, yes, everyone keeps asking us, do you think we'll get 4th? Should we get 4th? We can get 4th. But all of the teams from 3rd down to like probably 8th can get 4th. Even Arsenal, if they put a run together, could be in with a shout for 4th. But guess what?
They're more likely to put a run together than us right now.
Oh, I don't know about that, Rans. They got a bag of draws at Amsterdam FC, bro.
Yeah, they are. But I tell you what, we're terrible.
Going on holiday, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Right, Mr. J Wadger 94. I like this question. Says, who's one player out of the bottom 6 teams that would go straight into Man United? And we won't just do one player. So the bottom 6 teams are Brighton, Bournemouth, Villa. Then the relegation zone is West Ham, Watford, Norwich. But Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish would get into our team.
Grealish FC. I want that guy, bruv.
Who else would get into our team?
What are the top 2?
There's Brighton, Bournemouth,
Danny Ings.
Nah, Southampton.
They're not there no more, are they? See, he shot them out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like that.
Brighton. Who would you take from Brighton to get into our team? Mope? Would you get into our team?
None of them, man. They're what other team?
Centre back?
Watford, Man will take Troy 100%, bro, because man needs something up front.
I'll take Delafeu.
Yeah, as well.
I'll take Delafeu. We would take Shah.
Yeah. Who else?
Is Shah better than Daniel James?
Yeah, of course, man. Come on.
So that's
man.
3.
Oh, Daniel James.
Norwich.
Daniel James is a
Pookie. Would you have
championship
taken
player.
Pookie instead of Igalo?
No.
Okay.
But just for the physicality and stuff like that. I would even take, what's his name? Cantwell.
Cantwell, yeah.
Yeah.
Good little player.
Them man all play, like, them man are, like, he's better than Pereira and Lingard at the moment.
West Ham.
Oh,
Would you
there's a
take
bagger,
Declan
man.
Rice?
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Again, ahead of Pereira,
would you take-
absolutely.
Anderson.
Yes, of course. How
Mark-
is Anderson still there?
Would you take Diop, centre back?
Yeah, because again, his profile fits better than Lindelof's
Would
to
you take
play next to
Snodgrass?
Harry. Right? Okay, I wouldn't go that far. But bruv, there's a few man, blood. That's
and
how
Villa,
bad we are.
Villa, would you take McGinn?
Yes, absolutely. That's another player. Like, that's what I mean. Like,
Rah,
come
that's
on.
mad.
You see, that shows how bad we are.
Bournemouth, would you take Callum
10
Wilson?
years, yeah, absolutely. 10 years ago, would we man have said that?
That was a good question. I like that.
Well,
Who would you not take out of the
Ake
bottom
and
6?
them, man, bruv.
Wow.
Come on.
Yeah, that's mad.
Come
would,
on.
Would you take Capoue or Decore?
I'd take both of them ahead of, again, Pereira in there, in that pivot next to Fred.
Okay.
Bruv, that shows where we are.
It does. It's
That's
quite
at least
bad.
10
It's
man,
quite
you
bad.
know.
And that's why whenever we play any of those teams or any team, they don't fear us because they're like, we got man who can play. Like,
But here's my thing. If we're going to do a panic buy thing, yeah, in January, why not panic buy one of these youths?
Because they're in the bottom 6 for a reason and they're not going to sell their players. to
Yeah,
us.
but them man
Innit?
know they're going down, innit?
There's
If you
no
slap
way
enough
that
P.
if we slap down flipping, well, it's just like the Bournemouth, we slapped down 20 million on Josh King, they weren't going to let him go, they wanted 50.
Yeah, of course, because they're like, we know you're desperate, bruv.
50.
And Josh King's injured as well, blood.
Yeah, exactly. Madness.
Foolish.
John Moz Molly says, do you think that getting a quality right winger to take the pressure off Wan-Bissaka's crossing is the next priority signing, which we kind of discussed really.
This guy knows what I
Yeah.
want, because that's what the real problem is. Man are going on like Wan-Bissaka's a bad player. He's a very good player, but he's doing two people's jobs. He's running the whole right-hand side on his own.
I ain't gonna lie, I do think he's a bit flimsy with the ball at his feet sometimes though.
Yeah, but no, you know what it is?
I don't think I think in 2 years, this is my personal opinion, I think he's a fantastic right back. And if you get a proper right winger, it's fine. But I think if we keep expecting him to keep attacking as much as he is and do everything, I think it does expose the one weakness in his game, which is the ball at his feet. There are some times he can jink a man and get past, but there's other times where he's just clumsy.
Yeah, but I think that's more to do with his profile, though, bro. He's a 6'5", quite lanky, languid
He's
player.
6'5", he's not 6'5".
6'1", I said.
Oh, I thought he said
No, he's not 6'5". He's like 6'1" or something. 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
He's tall. He's lanky. Do you know what I'm saying?
He is quite
And
gangly,
because
like
he's
that
gangly
kinda-
and that, it looks all like
He's very spiderish, bro. I don't think he has that guy. I don't think he'll ever be able to
But
have
it's
feet
because
on
his
the ball.
centre of gravity isn't low. So because of that,
He
he's
does
mad
look mad up.
gangly and it looks mad unorthodox and it's languid. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, if he's got man around him to bop, like he does put his foot on it, pass it inside and do one touch things, like he can play football. But
I see him get there and do the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Do a wicked run, get there.
Drop the shoulder, balance.
Put the foot on the ball.
Yeah.
Come inside.
There you go.
Or when he tries to make something happen, like you said, he has to come all the way up.
That's the only
beat
option.
the opposite left back. And
When does he have the option of playing it down the line, coming in and overlapping and going back
There's no
down and
system.
receiving it again? When have you seen Wan-Bissaka overlap down the outside, get it back? When we had Beckham and Neville, Beckham used to tuck in and Neville used to overlap down the outside. We don't have that. And that's down to the system, bro.
Last question of the day. This is from Dante, at Dante on Twitter, with a whole bunch of long-ass numbers. Sorry, I can't repeat all of them. What's our best midfield when everyone is fully fit?
I said it already. Fred, Pogba and Bruno, fam. Trust me, Fred...
Bruno the most advanced.
Yeah, Fred will break up the play and win the ball.
Yeah.
So will Pogba, but Pogba will carry it. And then Bruno
Because
will link up and be Bruno and bang shots top corner, fam. Like I reckon Bruno's got 5-6 goals in him until the end of the season. Because he just takes shots, bro.
He shoots on sight. Yeah, he shoots on sight.
When you speculate like that, you will accumulate.
And you're actually good enough to hit targets. Well, like Pereira's doing this whole speculation thing with no evidence to the back up why he's been doing that.
Yeah, idiot. Bro.
Right, we've come to the end of the show. Rants, big up the socials.
Rants and Bants on Twitter and Instagram for all your trolling needs, bro. Man's out here, obviously. And man's fight's been announced as well.
Who you fighting, do you know?
Yeah, some kickboxer, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he comes from some...
I was going to say might get kicked off by some
we can't kick. Yeah, he comes from some MMA Academy, bro. So he's had a fight as well. He's a kickboxer, innit? So it's gonna be a lot harder than my last fight, and it's gonna be harder than if I was beating up the other you know what I'm saying? So man's preparing properly for that. Do you know what I mean? Obviously my ticket links in my bio on Insta, and obviously I'm still raising money for charity as well.
100%. And,
so,
and the stuff is in Australia as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Link's gonna be in the description.
So the link will be in the
below.
description. So yeah, if you can't make the fight, then definitely support that. It's 6 weeks, just under 6 weeks. It was 6 weeks yesterday till the fight. So yeah, man's training hard, feel good, and yeah, that's just gonna be like the main focus, blood. Mumsy's coming down. There's no way I'm losing that fight, blood.
Some of the stories you and Expression's been saying about your mum, bro. I don't think you should make your mum come to the boxing match, because if something happens, or
nah. Mum knows what it is. Mum knows what it is, but yeah,
she'll be in there. All right, cool. I'm Flex UTD across all of the socials: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You lot know where to find me, and make sure, more importantly, you're following the United Stand across all the social platforms, and you're subscribed. Hit 650k as well. We did
750 soon come, bro.
Road to a millie's just hotting up, man. We only got to 500 when me and Josh was in
Australia.
In Australia, we saw it go. We was like, oh my god, we hit 500k. Yeah, and then like by the end of Jan, it's 650. Another 150 on top of that. Like, that's mad, crazy. So yeah, keep smashing the like button, keep subscribing, and we'll see you guys. Oh, we have to record on the day of the Chelsea. Oh no, there's another day in between that. So we'll see you guys next week. Enjoy the winter break. Chill out, man. Chill out. Go watch another sports site. You watch Super Bowl?
Yes, bro. Yeah. I'm tired, bro.
I tried. I'm not gonna lie. I tried first 20 minutes.
Yeah, but Kansas won, bro.
I can't get into it, Rance,
bro.
man.
I'm gassed, bro.
It's just men everywhere.
Listen, no. You know what it is?
I tried.
Before I started doing jiu-jitsu, yeah, I never used to like grappling in MMA. I was telling Josh as well. Once you understand what's going on,
I get the rules. I get what they have to do.
Game, bro.
I get defense off. I get what's going on.
I love basketball,
blocking.
Yeah,
I
but
get
that's
it.
better than basketball for me in terms of.
This is
NBA for me all day, man.
Listen, bro.
If you was watching TV, yeah, and you was watching adverts. Yeah, but match of the day, instead of match of the day, it was adverts, and then they put clips of the game.
Yeah. That's what red zone is, though, isn't it? That's why red zone is.
But, bruv, you know what it is? You see with basketball's better for the casual, because, listen, if Dame is dropping 51, you know he's on smoke. Like, you know what's going on, innit?
And it's just end-to-end. It's quick. It's scoring.
Exactly, but when you're watching, the quarterbacks, when you're watching the plays,
way more technical game.
Way more technical. And also, when certain men are gaining ground, when you look at the blocks, where these men are opening up space, and bro, like when you actually understand
I get that.
It's amazing.
Because I understand the mechanics of it, and I respect the mechanics, like especially like defenses as well. Like they have to adapt when obviously to counteract the play of the offensive team, and it's all about blocking, and it's a massive battle of wits. The coaches on the side, you've got the big earpiece and the big
man got the
earpieces
in.
It's crazy. The amount that goes into it.
Like Bosa,
but that's why to me,
Steve Rogers, Captain America, bro, just all over, man. It just
looks like there's just people everywhere on the sideline, it's just carnage. There's just too much going on.
And bare adverts, Gatorade.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But anyway, shout out to the big American fan base and all the big guys who are loving the NFL. If who won it? San Francisco? No, Kansas. Sorry, Kansas.
Man, like my homeboy.
Yeah. If you guys are supporting, if there's any Kansas fans out there, well done to you guys, and commiserations to the San Francisco guys as well. If you lot are big supporters of them. And we'll see you guys same time, same place next week, man. Peace. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos. And if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.